This episode is about painting a glass texture in Procreate. I prefer explaining textures using real-world examples instead of simple cubes, so today I'll show you how to paint glass filled with an amber gold liquid. For this painting I've only used one brush, the default Tamar brush. Over the past year this has become my absolute favorite for all kinds of tasks. However, you can use any hard brush you like. Just make sure the opacity is set to 100%. The canvas size is also up to you. My usual go-to size is 3500 by 5000 pixels. My name is Lilia and welcome to my channel. Here you will find beginner-friendly digital art tutorials, tips and tricks for artists, illustrations and my daily sketches, so subscribe and let's dive into it. I start with a simple line art sketch. Since I'm drawing freehand, I check the symmetry from time to time by flipping the canvas. To do this, go to the Range menu, Canvas, flip horizontal. The line art is very simple here, so next I create a new layer and use the selection tool in the freehand mode to select the area inside the drawing. This will become our main painting layer. I recommend painting on a layer under the line art, so the original lines stay untouched. We may use them later, during the rendering stage. Once the shape is selected, fill it with an orange color, then choose a color for the background. I've selected a soft beige tone. To make working with your colors easier, you can drag the color wheel to a convenient spot on your workplace so it stays visible. It is also helpful to keep a reference window with your own drawing open. To do this, go to Range menu, Canvas, Reference. Now let's move on to the painting stage. Since we are painting amber liquid, the palette will range from very dark brown, almost black, to bright yellow, almost white with a warm tint. I'll also use one additional color, turquoise color, later to create ambient reflections on the glass surface. Turn the painting layer, the one with the orange shape, into an alpha lock by tapping the layer in the Layers panel. Now we will paint inside the shape only. Start building the volume of the glass. The lighting here is simple. The light source is somewhere behind the viewer, so the shadow areas will appear on both sides of the glass. At this stage, the painting may look a bit messy, and that's completely normal. Right now, we are just establishing the values. Once we have some basic volume, merge the painting layer with the line art layer. Paint over unnecessary lines, especially along the sides of the glass, but keep parts of the original drawing on the top and bottom edges. Now we move to the polishing stage. Here I add a bit of cross-hatching, stronger highlights and reflected light using the bluish turquoise color I mentioned earlier. To make highlights shine, I place them next to the darker tones, so they will immediately pop. Bright highlights and reflections are exactly what makes a surface feel glassy and transparent. Before finishing, let's add a cast shadow, so the object sits naturally on the surface. Create a new layer. Use the selection tool to draw an oval under the glass and fill it with a dark brown color. Then go to the Adjustments menu, the magic wand icon, and choose Gaussian blur. Adjust the blur amount until the shadow has soft edges. And now the cast shadow is ready. I hope this video was helpful for you and you've learned something new. This approach can be used to paint any glass surface: bottles with potions, jars with pickles, glasses, or even some peculiar magical glass swords. Just remember to focus on reflections, strong contrast, and bright highlights. Stay tuned for more tutorials and time-lapse drawings. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hug that subscribe button and see you in my next one. Cheers!